High in the windswept Andes Mountains of Bolivia, over 12,000 feet above sea level, lies an ancient stone complex that completely shatters our understanding of prehistoric human civilization. Known as Puma Punku, or the Door of the Puma, this sprawling field of ruined megaliths contains stone blocks that weigh up to a staggering 130 metric tons. Mainstream history tells us these structures were built around 500 AD. By the Tiwanaku Empire, a culture that possessed no written language, no recorded mathematics, and according to historians, had not even invented the wheel. But when modern engineers took 3D laser scanners to the site and fed the high-resolution geometric data into advanced structural engineering AI models, the software flagged the entire site as physically impossible for a Bronze Age civilization. The precision, symmetry, and interlocking mechanics found in these massive blocks rival the tolerances used in modern aerospace prefabrication. The data proves that these stones were not shaped by stone hammers and copper chisels. They were manufactured. To understand why modern data analysis finds Puma Punku so baffling, you have to look at the raw materials and the precision of the stone cutting itself. The megaliths are made from red sandstone and dark gray, andesite and igneous stone, so extremely hard that it is closely related to granite. Cutting and shaping andesite today requires diamond-tipped industrial saws, high-pressure water jets, or specialized machine tools. Yet, the scattered blocks at Puma Punku feature razor-sharp internal right angles, perfectly straight drill holes, and smooth, mirror-like surfaces. When engineers placed high-precision digital calipers against the internal grooves of the famous H-blocks, they discovered that the depth and width of the cuts were identical across dozens of separate stone blocks. The variance was less than a fraction of a millimeter. When researchers ran a simulation asking an AI model how primitive workers using stone hammers could create identical, razor-sharp 90-degree interior corners on andesite, the AI calculated the probability as 0. The impact of a handheld stone hammer leaves pitted, irregular surfaces. It can never produce a sharp 90-degree internal junction without fracturing the rock. The mystery deepens when you examine how these massive stones were meant to fit together. Puma Punku was not built like traditional masonry, where stones are stacked on top of each other using wet mortar. Instead, it was an advanced modular interlocking system acting like a giant, ancient set of Lego bricks. The blocks feature complex male and female joints, recessed channels, and interlocking sockets that allowed them to slide together and lock tightly in place. To make the structures completely earthquake-proof, the builders cast custom metal clamps out of a rare copper arsenic-nickel alloy directly into pre-carved T-shaped grooves, binding the massive stones together. Modern structural engineers who analyzed the site noted that this level of prefabrication requires advanced descriptive geometry, standardized measurements, and a blueprint system. You cannot create interchangeable, mass-produced architectural parts on an industrial scale through simple trial and error in the field. Someone had a master blueprint. Recently, researchers at the University of California took the geometric puzzle to a whole new level. They used 3D laser scans to digitally capture every remaining fragment scattered across the desert, turned the data into precise 3D printed miniature models, and physically reassembled the ruins for the first time in hundreds of years. What the 3D reconstructions revealed left the archaeological community completely speechbound. When the scattered, broken doorways were aligned according to their mathematical proportions, they created an optical mirror, effect of visual illusion, where multiple doorways of shrinking sizes aligned to give the impression of looking into infinite space. The architecture was not just functional, it was mathematically engineered to manipulate light, space, and human perception. The computer models proved that Puma Punku was once a towering, multi-level monument of incredible grandeur, far surpassing any construction project attempted in the Americas during that era. So, how were these 100-ton blocks transported to a barren plateau high above the tree line? The red sandstone blocks were quarried nearly 10 kilometers away near Lake Titicaca, while the dense andesite blocks were brought from a quarry over 90 kilometers away across open water. at an altitude where the air is thin and trees do not grow to provide heavy wooden rollers. Moving a 130-ton block up a steep mountain incline would require the coordinated effort of thousands of men pulling simultaneously. Yet, the narrow mountain trails around the site show no evidence of massive roadways or infrastructure built to handle such heavy loads. Local indigenous legends passed down for generations offer a chillingly different explanation. The Aymara people told early Spanish chroniclers that Puma Punku was not built by human hands over generations. They claimed it was created in a single night by a group of god-like beings who had the ability to levitate heavy stones through the air using sound and light. Today, Puma Punku lies in utter ruins, its gargantuan stone blocks tossed across the landscape as if a massive explosion or violent mega-tsunami ripped through the valley thousands of years ago. Mainstream historians continue to debate whether the site was destroyed by a catastrophic earthquake or abandoned midway through construction. But as white-gloved scientists and AI algorithms continue to analyze the machine-like cuts on these ancient andesite blocks, one truth becomes undeniable. Long before the rise of the Inca, long before modern history books claim advanced engineering existed, someone was carving hard stone high in the Andes with the precision of a modern factory, leaving behind an impossible riddle made of solid stone.